Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, September 5th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 523 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Otani hits MLB high 43rd HR, swore CG as Angels beat Texas. 15 Miami-Dade public school staff members die of COVID in just 10 days. Alex Jones appears to take ivermectin during a bizarre COVID-19 rant in which he defended Joe Rogan and called Fauci a murderer. JoJo Siwa makes red carpet debut with girlfriend Kylie Prue, see the sweet pics. Powerful South Carolina lawyer shot on back road 3 months after wife and son killed. Hurricane Larry forecast to bring life-threatening surf and rip current conditions to East Coast. Miami Beach says law-breaking partiers no longer tolerated. Changing demographics raise questions on conservative-backed laws in Texas. The Taliban invited the Telegraph to tea, and issued a chilling warning to the West. Taliban special forces bring abrupt end to women's protest. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Hurricane Larry and Invest 91 Saturday Night Update, WWL-TV. Georgia vs. Clemson score, takeaways, number 5 Bulldogs smother number 3 Tigers, DJ Uiagalelei for massive win, CBSSports.com. Deceased suspect, victims in Mill Creek fatal shooting identified, Fox13now.com. After 6 months on Mars, NASA's tiny helicopter is still flying high, NDTV. Bear break-ins increase in South Lake Tahoe evacuation zones, KCRA News. Darren Till posts photos of champs Michael Bisping, Charles Oliveira after UFC Vegas 36 loss, MMA fighting. Angelina Jolie talks Harvey Weinstein and fearing for her children's safety amid custody battle with Brad Pitt, Hollywood Reporter. 2 more deaths in New Jersey caused by Ida, bringing state total to 27, governor says, NBC News. These Skechers give a hug to your feet, and Amazon's got a slew of them on sale this Labor Day weekend, Yahoo Lifestyle. As China woos the Taliban, Uigurs in Afghanistan fear for their lives, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Jim Acosta slams human manure spreader Tucker Carlson for attacking Afghan refugees. Mary Trump rips fascist uncle, assumes he doesn't even know what that means. Betty Midler calls for sex strike in wake of radical Texas abortion crackdown. Celebrity tributes pour in for Bianca in honor of her 40th birthday. Tens of thousands protest for gay marriage in Switzerland. Did warning fatigue set in as hurricane remnants neared the northeast? Mutual aid becomes crucial part of Hurricane Ida recovery. It could take weeks for all of Louisiana to get power back after Ida. Driver killed in line for gas amid Hurricane Ida cleanup in Louisiana. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Employees find dead infant outside funeral home. Treatment prevents hair loss during chemotherapy. Chase suspect falls through roof of Houston bar. Father recovering from severe COVID 8 months later. Family recalls son's battle with MISC. Sheriff's office looking for gunmen in shooting. Police served warrants to Fiji fraternity. Man dies after falling onto train tracks. How the fight to save endangered species lost its funding. NOLA native raising money for city. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Health experts warn against parasite medication as COVID treatment. Indian versus Black, vigilante killings upend a South African town. A massive levee system saved New Orleans. Can other towns be helped? Nearly a week without power, New Orleans is facing a race with the clock. Shelby Rogers beats Ashley Barty at the U.S. Open. Pete and Chase and Buttigieg welcome 2 children to their family. Even for the greatest players, life in tennis can be a slog. The Murdaugh murder mystery takes on a new twist. Questions swirl after yet another Emmett Till sign comes down. Willard Scott, longtime Today weatherman, dies at 87. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. NY Times changes Biden headline that claimed not everyone wants to hear about his late son Beau. Defensive gem lifts number 5 Georgia past number 3 Clemson, 10-3. Jones starts, Richardson shines as number 13 Florida wins 35-14. Bongino lists all the lies, one by one, President Biden told about Afghanistan. Nats stop Mets 6-game win streak, end own skid with split. Hauser pitches 3-hitter for first pro shutout, Brews top cards. London, defense carry number 15 USC past San Jose Street 30-7. California Democratic challenger says he was barred from entering Newsom stop the Republican recall rally. Ex-NFL wide receiver Freddie Mitchell needed to be rescued from home after Ida stormed through. Hurricane Ida death toll rises to at least 66 nationwide as recovery efforts continue. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, September 5th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Twitter thread of worst baby names ever heard includes drugs and Game of Thrones characters. Burning Man's unofficial festival kicks off this weekend with 30,000 set to party in the desert. Madeleine McCann suspect Christian Bruckner's ex-lover tells of his growing obsession with girls. British pensioner, 72, survived 3 days lost in Thai jungle by drinking rainwater from puddles. When will COVID vaccine refuse an XC-sense and get a jab? Health Secretary Sajid Javid plans to make vaccines a condition of employment for all NHS workers. Venice Film Festival 2021, Anya Taylor-Joy, 25, joins rumored bum Matt Smith at premiere. Premier League chiefs team up with the government to urge footballers to take COVID vaccine. Soccer A 2021, Love Island star Cam Sedene celebrates scoring 2 goals. Dan Hodges, the days of paying in British blood for our special relationship with America are over. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Saudi Arabia says it intercepted Houthi missile that hurt 2. El Salvador court drops ban on presidential re-election. Does the European Union need its own army? Afghanistan withdrawal revives an old debate. The man who committed the New Zealand stabbing attack was a known threat. Now, the nation's counter-terrorism laws are under scrutiny. In Japan, disability advocates hope the Paralympics will showcase the awesomeness of service dogs. Ethnic tensions flare up in Montenegro over church ceremony. Bandera skewers his own craft in official competition. Grey Greens, grandparents are being arrested in London climate protests. Blinken says he will travel to Qatar and Germany to discuss Afghan evacuees. Israel president meets Jordanian king to cultivate ties. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Minority-owned startups face extra hurdles, Senator Ben Cardin wants to help. Federal minister admits Australia's reopening plan could change as COVID continues to strain hospitals. Ash Barty knocked out of US Open after shock loss to Shelby Rogers. Saudi forces intercept ballistic missiles and drones fired from Yemen. New Zealand stabbings. Officials tried for years to deport terrorist prior to Auckland attack, Jacinda Ardern says. Buccaneers Tom Brady confirms he had COVID-19 after Super Bowl parade. Controversy over Nelly Cordes Balmar's opening of Solheim Cup. US Open 2021, Novak Djokovic beats Kei Nishikori to reach fourth round, as it happened. Willard Scott, beloved NBC Today Show weatherman, dies at 87. Trent Alexander-Arnold, to see the whole country get behind England was moving. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Vaccine hesitancy eases in teeth of the Delta surge, poll. Navy declares 5 missing sailors dead after helicopter crash. Lake Tahoe evacuees watching weekend with hope as fire slows. Biden to survey Ida storm damage in hard-hit New York, New Jersey. Willard Scott, weatherman on NBC's Today Show, dies at 87. Pete Buttigieg, husband introduced their 2 new babies in family photo. Authorities worry new Texas gun law will increase violence. Hurricane Ida turns spotlight on Louisiana power grid issues. Watch, rescued jaguar enjoys playtime at animal shelter. Watch, car swept away by flash flooding in Spain. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. US Open, world number 1 Ashley Barty stunned by Shelby Rogers in third round. Montenegro clashes ahead of Orthodox Church leaders' inauguration. Afghanistan, life for those left behind. Kenyan men join battle to end FGM. Hamid Nouri, how Sweden arrested a suspected Iranian war criminal. I studied law in jail, now I want to change the system. Paralympics, we the disabled community are here to stay. El Salvador court rules presidents can serve 2 consecutive terms. Afghanistan, Taliban break up women's rights protest in Kabul. New Zealand cinema worker left red-faced after voicemail blooper. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Biden to survey Hurricane Ida devastation in New York, New Jersey, NYC basement apartments under scrutiny. AP top stories September 4th. 5 sailors declared dead in Navy helicopter crash off Southern California. The day in pictures. Top U.S. general thanks troops at base in Germany. Community mourns family killed by NYC flooding. Landlord finds 19 tarantulas and python in abandoned Maine apartment. Who orders home delivery in the middle of a flood? Viral Ida video puts food delivery in spotlight. Food delivery man wading through the Ida floodwaters in Brooklyn, NY goes viral. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County coronavirus hospitalizations dip slightly, precaution urged through Labor Day. How Lake Tahoe was spared devastation from the Calder fire. Senator Elizabeth Warren joins Newsom in LA, urging Californians to reject recall. Woman fatally shot on 210 freeway in Arcadia, CHP says. Larry Elder once called Donald Trump almost God-sent, now he's indifferent about a Trump endorsement. Column, Larry Elder is the most Latino candidate in California's recall, it won't help him. California women show decisive support for Newsom, concerns about Elder, as recall looms. Latinos were hardest hit by COVID-19, now, Newsom needs them to thwart recall. After this desert city faced dry taps, California rushed through emergency water funding. Column, it's one blaze after another inside the LA Fire Department, now home to an anti-vax movement. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, September 5th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Oklahoma ERs are clogged with people overdosing on ivermectin. An emergency room doctor told a local news channel that he'd seen scary instances of people coming in with vision loss after taking ivermectin. Afghanistan, Taliban break up women's rights protest in Kabul using tear gas and pepper spray. With no tourist handouts because of COVID, Bali's hungry monkeys raiding homes. Dutch cities want to ban property investors in all neighborhoods. China premier urges major powers to take responsibility for environment. Drug users are suing the Canadian government over the war on drugs. South Korea's parliament has voted to require hospitals to place surveillance cameras in operating rooms after a series of medical accidents. With the bill's passage, South Korea will be the first developed country to require closed-circuit cameras to record surgical procedures. Farmer protests in India flare up again, many injured in Haryana crackdown. Tens of thousands protest in Switzerland to legalize same-sex marriage. Panjshir continues to hold against the Taliban. Tory law change would let donors bankroll party from tax havens for life. Tuna are starting to recover after being fished to the edge of extinction, scientists have revealed. Nearly 30% of the 138,374 species assessed by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, for its survival watch list are now at risk of vanishing in the wild forever, as the destructive impact of human activity on the natural world deepens. The next headlines are from Forbes. It's a hell of a year for fear at Halloween Horror Nights. MSNBC's Tiffany Cross on Justice Amy Coney Barrett, we have an actual handmaid on the court. Addressing blue hydrogen feedback. The cannabis industry has a big problem. Canai's manager just joined the company fixing it. Alex Jones appears to take ivermectin on air, mentions Joe Rogan, during COVID-19 rant. Cannabis leaders to NY governor, keep those appointments coming. Friday box office, Free Guy tops $50 in China while Candyman drops 69%. MSNBC's Joy Reid, GOP is no longer pro-life, now loudly and proudly the pro-death party. Reframing your attitude to take a customer-centric view in customer service and hospitality. Box office, Shang-Chi superhero fatigues to buffo $30 in Friday. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,729,472,861 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Where art thou, Anya, star of Trippy last night in Soho briefly goes missing during Venice standing ovation. Eva Longoria, Shonda Rhimes and Journey Smollett among those exiting Time's Up board amid leadership changes. Ender 3000 responds to Drake leaking unreleased Kanye West collaboration, it's unfortunate. Becoming Led Zeppelin review, amazing footage and 60s backstory, but too much catering to the band and not enough perspective. Willard Scott, longtime Today Show weatherman, dies at 87. Scenes from A Marriage sends Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac into Love and War, Venice TV review. How the art of Candyman helped paint the film's big picture. Last night in Soho review, Edgar Wright's retro horror has its heart in the 60s and its head all over the place. Stanley Tucci reveals past cancer diagnosis, says it's unlikely to come back. Shang-Chi's director explains those post-credits scenes. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Facebook apologizes after its AI labels black men as primates. Climate change is threatening Komodo dragons, Earth's largest living lizards. Parasite's Park Seo-joon may soon star in a Marvel movie. His wheelchair was found damaged before the race, then he set a Paralympic record. The Navy declares 5 missing sailors dead after a helicopter crash off San Diego. Stunned by Ida, the Northeast begins to recover and worry about the next storm. Twice as nice, Pete Buttigieg and his husband announce the arrival of 2 children. Naomi Osaka says she may take another break from tennis after losing in the US Open. Here are 3 pivotal moments in workers' history to remember this Labor Day. COVID-19 delayed Quinceañera celebrations, and now, 17 is the new 15. The following headlines are from the week. Historian suggests Fugitive Slave Act closest historical analogy to Texas abortion law. The arguments for and against rolling out COVID-19 boosters this month. Trump reportedly on verge of selling rights to DC hotel. Pete Buttigieg announces arrival of 2 children. Amid criticism, one veterans organization calls Biden administration least culpable on Afghanistan. Cheney, Thompson shoot down McCarthy's comments about FBI clearing Trump in connection to 1/6. Climate change is not going to wait for America to get its act together. What rock fans don't want to admit. 5 scathing cartoons about Biden's defense of the Afghanistan withdrawal. Should firms make vaccination mandatory? The next headlines are from Universe Today. Ocean worlds with hydrogen-rich atmospheres could be the perfect spots for life. Heavier stars might not explode as supernovae, just quietly implode into black holes. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, September 5th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. 1001st near-Earth asteroid glimpsed with radar. The next news is from Politico. Backlash over lack of coronavirus protections in England schools. Pakistan seizes chance to be Europe's best buddy in Afghan crisis. Harris will head to California to fight Newsom recall. January 6 committee leaders call McCarthy's Trump comments faceless. Opinion: what I wish the U.S. had done about Putin years ago, and what Biden should do now. Washington test drives a new driving fee. Afghanistan drawdown leaves Biden at a crisis point with veterans. Why the White House loves the Texas renter rescue. I know firsthand how ugly a wartime evacuation really is. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australia COVID live updates. Cases continue to grow across the nation as states ramp up vaccination measures. Paralympics 2021 live updates. Gold for de Rosario in marathon, silver for Clifford. Shark attack north of Coffs Harbour. Man in 30s dies from injuries. We don't have Uber Eats and click and collect. How Wilcannia is getting its essentials. Go home. Premier blasts Bartle friends for visiting house. Time for some good news for teachers. Private schools waive fees changes as remote learning drags on. I gave everything, Barty praises conqueror after shock US Open defeat. 2 people fighting for life after crash south of Brisbane. We cannot just run away, the everyday Kiwis who jumped into action during terror attack. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Retirement hacks. Retiring, keep your skills sharp for your health, wealth and well-being. More U.S. companies are considering surcharges for unvaccinated employees. International living, how traveling the world actually helps this freelancing couple save money. Newswatch, a nearly 10% S&P 500 correction last September has stock market investors dreading autumn 2021. Even with a COVID-19 surge, New York City is seeing tourists come back. It's the turning point we've been waiting for. EU recommends restrictions on American travelers amid rise in COVID. Read this before you book a trip to Europe. Outside the box, how would winning $10 million change your life? And other insights into aging. Investors love to boast about their great stock picks, but beware of those who use fancy math to calculate their gains. These are the most important things to check on a stock's quote page before deciding whether to buy or sell. FA Center, how millennials can take charge of their post-COVID financial future. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Outstanding Filipinos, Metrobank lauds 4 teachers, 3 soldiers, 3 cops, Inquirer.net. U.S. judge rejects bid for patent by AI inventor, Japan Today. Lunch with Sumiko, no such thing as a silly idea, says billionaire inventor James Dyson, The Straits Times. Let's nourish Nilgase, Indian and sturdy, among startups, not unicorns, Deccan Herald. The next headlines are from Quartz. What part of the U.S. is safest from climate change? Why midwifery isn't being taught at America's black colleges. Quitting your job is now a political act. Telemedicine abortions offer cheaper options but may also undermine critical clinics. Weekend brief, Girl Boss, by. A televised rape demonstration in Ivory Coast has invited serious backlash. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, August 29, September 4th. Mystery over fake Section 1201 takedown claims sent by Video Industry Association of America deepens. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. College football scores. College football. Purdue football. South Carolina football. Willard Scott. Texas football. WVU football. USC football. Texas A&M football. Notre Dame football. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Knockout artists, brutal finishes, glory stars grapple, slug and choke in bloody fight night for Nurmagomedov's Eagle FC, video. I had one arm, blonde bomber boxer wins latest fight on razor-thin decision despite breaking her hand in second round, video. Top U.S. general expects civil war, terrorism resurgence and more American airstrikes in Afghanistan. What a knockout, sensation Pimblett hailed for one of the all-time great UFC debuts as Khabib Bader sinks stunning KO, video. Putin is doing a lot of good for ordinary people, says political boxing champ who has dropped election bid over candidate lies. This is life from now on, Israel's coronavirus czar warns people to prepare for a 4th injection of COVID vaccine. Restaurant that banned Biden supporters after Afghanistan disaster gets so popular it has to shut down due to demand. Indivisible, thousands of people join demonstration for just and caring society in Berlin. Why are they in a hospital bed? Conservatives puzzled over Buttigieg's photo with newborns as Democrats congratulate gay parents. If she was a male player we'd call her a spoiled brat. Piers Morgan lashes out at Osaka again following her US Open exit, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Is the US intelligence community putting the world at risk? As if millions of Hollywood celebrities suddenly cried out in terror, China bans effeminate men from TV. Vaccine voodoo. China's financial regulators pledge tighter control of economy, closure of loopholes. Rolling Stone horse-do armor hit piece debunked after hospital says no ivermectin overdoses. Chinese fund trounced Wall Street pay, offer $300,000 to graduates. Pentagon won't name ISIS terrorists killed in airstrike. Congress stealthily moves closer to making women register for the draft. China's Marxist profound revolution is here, and nobody in the West is ready. Biden orders declassification of 9/11 documents and possible Saudi links. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Venezuela government signals partial agreement at Mexico talks. Large oil spill in Gulf of Mexico after Ida, cleanup underway. Saudi forces intercept 3 ballistic missiles, blame Houthis. U.S. drug companies say $26 billion opioid settlement will proceed. Canada election, conservatives under fire over gun control. Israeli president and Jordanian king hold secret talks. Does Sri Lanka need major reforms to tackle its economic crisis? Louisiana grapples with power outages as Ida death toll rises. Afghan refugees in Qatar's World Cup complex fear for families. U.S. Navy declares 5 sailors dead after helicopter crash in Pacific. The next headlines are from Breitbart. 96-year-old World War II veteran goes for one more flight in vintage plane. Millie, there were plans to retake Bagram. I don't think conditions warranted that. Millie, Kabul bombing would have happened even if we had Bagram. Millie, what you saw unfold with Afghanistan evacuation was one of the plans. There was an extensive amount of planning in this. Pinkerton, the media mobilized to defend Joe Biden from Afghanistan debacle by changing the subject. Google locks accounts of former Afghan officials to keep out of hands of Taliban. Former Marine organizes touching Texas vehicle honoring 13 fallen service members. Exclusive, 2K Haitian, Venezuelan migrants cross border into West Texas this week. Taliban special forces put a stop to women's rights protest. January 6 committee refutes claims Department of Justice cleared any Trump connection. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. 4-year-old learns piano in lockdown, wins elite competition but cannot play Carnegie Hall as she's too young for vaccination. Clever cockatoos craft 3-piece tool set to extract fruit, becoming only 4th animal species to do so. 11-year-old girl drummer, Nandi Bushell, finally joins Foo Fighters on stage. Look. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, September 5th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man tried to smuggle $34,000 worth of cocaine under his toupee, police say. NWT's conservative candidate has never visited the territory, doesn't take calls. Facebook says its AI mislabeling a video of black men as primates was unacceptable. Satanists may be the last hope against Texas's abortion bill. Twin elephants born in Sri Lanka in rare occurrence. Angry men with zip ties ambush school principal after COVID masking request. Gunshot victims left waiting as horse-do armor overdoses overwhelm Oklahoma hospitals, doctor says. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Babbel wants you to learn a new language, and they're offering a deal over 60% off to get it done. Google's pay-per-click ad model makes it harder to find what you're looking for. No, your phone isn't making you dumber or more forgetful. Microsoft reportedly revealing Surface Go 3 at September 22nd event. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Free flight training applied to parrot conservation. New AI algorithm to improve brain stimulation devices to treat disease. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, September 5th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Bayou football, defensive back Ian Ellis carted off the field after first quarter collision. I thought I was alone, but clearly I am not. Bayou students and Provo residents gather for LGBTQ festival. Texas law bans abortions after 6 weeks. Will Utah be next and go after Roe v. Wade? 3 dead as long police standoff in Mill Creek ends. Proof of COVID-19 vaccination, or a negative test result, will be required to attend Utah Symphony and Utah Opera shows. Comic Patton Oswalt cancels concert at Kingsbury Hall, due to rules against requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccination. Utah School Land Trust to sell unprofitable 8,000-acre block near Powder Mountain. Hunter Woodhall among 3 Utah medalists at Tokyo Paralympics. Lake Tahoe evacuees hope to return home as wildfire slows. Report, Bayou, Notre Dame set to finish off Shamrock Series in 2022. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Ethiopian Airlines settles with Boeing, expect to resume 737 MAX flights in January. How far can you go to resist filmers of a viral video? Passengers on SpaceX's all-civilian space flight will get a huge dome window. First rocket of space company Firefly exploded during its launch. America's NSA isn't sure quantum computers will ever break public key encryption. Linus Torv American League Division Series jokes about celebrations for Linux's 30th anniversary. How AT&T's tethered drones can become temporary cellular towers. Climate change is bankrupting America's small towns. Is America's FTC investigating McDon American League Division Series right to repair McFlurry machines? Just how computationally complex is a single brain neuron? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis man charged in recent go-kart robbery. International Institute of St. Louis asking for volunteers to help sort through donations. St. Louis County law enforcement agencies break up multiple fights at Lutheran North High School. You paid for it. B State weighs MetroLink safety upgrades as it will receive $362 million in pandemic funds. 3 arrested in stolen vehicle pursuit Friday night in O'Fallon. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. New chess area opens at Waterfront Park. 17 drivers cited at Imperial Beach license checkpoint. First responder dies battling Dixie Fire, Cal Fire. Brush fire prompts evacuation warnings in University Heights area. San Diego CHP Classic Car Show benefits injured, fallen officers' families. Know Your Limit event in Carlsbad raises awareness for impaired driving. Huge wildfire near Lake Tahoe slows as weather improves. San Diego County, over 1,000 new COVID-19 cases reported, 3 deaths. Harris to visit California on Wednesday to campaign for Newsom. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, September 5th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Crews respond to fire at marijuana grow house in Pittsburgh. First responder dies responding to Dixie Fire, Cal Fire. Napa's Bottle Rock Music Festival kicks off for day 2. CA recall election, voting centers open in Santa Clara County. Virus pushes some California hospitals near intensive care unit capacity. Willard Scott, longtime Today weatherman, dies at 87. Novato fire extinguished, evacuation orders lifted. Study finds you need fewer than 10,000 steps each day to keep your heart healthy. Car crash blocks all lanes on southbound HWI 101 near Golden Gate Bridge. Man caught by boss at Raiders 49ers game after calling out sick. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Southeast Louisiana's second half eruption dooms in Alabama 49-28. Number 2 Oklahoma narrowly avoids shocking upset against Tulane. Constable, Libertyville grads look at Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X becomes a Netflix doc. The secret bias hidden in mortgage approval decisions. Buffalo Grove Days returns with games and rides galore. Elgin Fringe Festival continues with Family Fringe. Schaumburg Septemberfest fills Robert O. Etcher Municipal Center grounds. Longtime Northwest community surgeon, former medical staff president remembered. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Welcome Back Weeks return this fall, encourage visitors to Seattle. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Larry 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Central African Republic, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Green forest fire alert in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, September 5th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Will join the Big 12? Here's how fans feel about it. 2 injured in road rage shooting in Northwest Harris Company, deputies say. New Houston Outdoor Film Festival celebrates millennial favorite flicks. Area of tropical concern moving into Gulf. Market showcasing Black-owned businesses opens first retail store in Pearland. Houston Metro 2 run reduced bus schedule for Labor Day. Labor Day front to bring more storms, less heat. Willard Scott, longtime weatherman for today, dies at 87. Rodeo Houston announces new barbecue contest category. New York officers learn Louisiana pronunciations while helping with Ida recovery. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Women say they met porn actor Jeremy for fun, rape came next. Shane Beamer ball debuts in South Carolina's 46-0 win. Women say they met porn actor Jeremy for fun, rape came next. The latest, Washington state vaccine mandate moves forward. Companies, $26 billion settlement of opioid lawsuits to move ahead. Lawsuit, paraplegic man foot shredded on roller coaster. Newsom, Warren see national consequences in recall fight. Browns keeper gives number 11 Oregon 31-24 win over Fresno State. Kentucky governor calls special session on handling COVID-19. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, Canada needs our love and tourism dollars again. Incoming Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin will have a seat at the table. A massacre happened in New York City in the summer of 1863, but nobody seems to know about it. NYC sheriff seizes dozens of vehicles displaying allegedly illegal paper license plates. NYC Teachers Union fights for medical and religious exemptions to COVID-19 vaccine mandate. President Biden to visit flood-ravaged areas of Queens and New Jersey. How homeless New Yorkers rode out Ida's punishing rain. Ida's relentless rains left 25 dead in New Jersey, as state resout. Musicals return to Broadway with rose petals and standing ovations. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Syria, prevent entire generation from being lost, urges UN humanitarian chief. From the field, bringing aid to Haiti, a country at breaking point. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Cops, firefighters sue Oregon governor over COVID-19 vaccine mandates. The illusion of stability, the inevitability of collapse. Afghan evacuation, purported child brides brought to Fort McCoy in Wisconsin. Gov threatening to go after family for child's treehouse, built on their own property. Suburban residents risk losing homes over rising pension costs. Top FBI official in charge of crimes against children, arrested for sex crimes against children. Medical drones deployed over Italian beaches search for feverish people. After Portugal, now Sweden bans travelers from the most vaccinated nation, Israel. Red Cross issues warning to stop blood plasma donations from vaccinated people. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Researchers discover intricate algae plant that resembles mermaid's umbrella. Did Glenn Beck evacuate 5,100 Christians from Afghanistan? What is coordinated inauthentic behavior? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Anti-abortion whistleblowing site gets new home with provider known for hosting right-wing extremists. 3 schools forced into lockdown after anti-masker Proud Boys try to infiltrate. Kristi Noem used prison labor to build a gun-holding $9,000 desk, then got a discount. Dune is an absolute marvel, and the best sci-fi film in years. Food 52's birthday sale is jam-packed with savings. Everything we love on sale at Etsy for Labor Day. Forever wars won't end if the surveillance state's still here. The Venice Film Festival red carpet is ridiculously, fabulously glamorous. These Trumpy billionaire bros are in hot seat over union-busting claims. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Shelby Rogers even shocked herself with upset win over #1 Ash Barty. Fordham battles early before getting blown out by Nebraska. Robert Saleh's coaching staff bringing Kyle Shanahan playbook to Jets. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle make breathtaking offer to Queen Elizabeth. New Jersey school likely closed until 2022 after Ida damages. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot Centaurus A shows off its dusty tendrils. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Pet cloning, man's best friend, again. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Mississippi hunters get a big prize in a 787-pound alligator. $26 billion settlement of opioid lawsuits to move ahead, companies say. Attorney whose wife and son were murdered in June is shot in South Carolina. Hurricane Larry turns into a Category 3 storm, making it 3rd major cyclone to form in Atlantic this season. More sharks, rays threatened with extinction, new report says. Rescue groups, U.S. tally misses hundreds left in Afghanistan. Unvaccinated man attacks health workers who refuse to issue him a vaccination card. Shadow docket Supreme Court decisions could affect millions. Taliban special forces fire weapons, ending women's rights protest. The following headlines are from military.com. Navy declares 5 missing sailors dead after search off San Diego. extremist was released from New Zealand jail despite fears. Fort Jackson drill instructor convicted in assault of black man will move to new duty station, Army says. Biden moves to declassify documents about September 11 attacks. Marine Corps halts waterborne operations due to tank problem. Veteran unemployment rates drop even as job growth slows amid Delta variant virus surge. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. One in custody after CTA bus driver seriously injured in loop shooting, police say. Boy, 13, shot in head in South Chicago, police say. Chicago police, prosecutors spar overcharging suspect in shooting that killed 7-year-old girl and wounded her sister. Boy, 12, and girl, 15, shot in East Garfield Park, police say. Suspect in fatal Chase Bank stabbing held without bail, has history of violent attacks, prosecutor says. Man in critical condition following shooting on West Side in East Garfield Park neighborhood. At least 15 people, including a 4-year-old boy, wounded in city shootings as long Labor Day weekend begins, Chicago police say. All lanes reopened on outbound Edens Expressway at Wilson after fatal motorcycle crash. Man gets 30 years in prison for hammer attack on 2 women on Crystal Lake bike path. Prayer service for Officer Ella French. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Komodo dragon, 2 in 5 shark species lurch towards extinction. New project to track endangered species coming back from brink. Wildlife Red list a grim tally of extinction threat. Image, Hubble snaps speedy starjets. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, September 5th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How did smallpox and anti-vaxxers compare to those today? The ancient art of tattooing. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Badgie scores an 89th to give Rapid 1-0 win over Earthquakes. Thompson Robinson leads UCLA 238-26 win over number 16 LSU. Machado, Myers, Tatis homer in Padres 10-2 win versus Astros. Arkansas State rides backup QB to win over Central Arkansas. O'Neal has 2 interceptions, number 6 Texas A&M routs Kent State. Utsa gets first win over a Big Ten foe, tops Illinois 37-30. Blackman, Cron Power Rockies past NL East leading Braves 7-6. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. SF Giants fall back into tie for first, now even with Dodgers after 18 head-to-head matchups. Dixie Fire, first responder killed in firefighting efforts. Cleanup boats on scene of large Gulf oil spill following Ida. Tinted car windows for health, try drinking, drugs, sex, roadshow. Kamala Harris to visit Bay Area on Wednesday to campaign with Newsom. Food service workers vote to strike at Oracle Park, walkout could take place at any time. San Jose State's upset bid falls hard at USC. Berkeley adds vaccination verification rules. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Woman escapes from Border Patrol, dies after fall from cliff. Tagovailoa, turnovers lift Maryland over West Virginia 30-24. Biden to mark 20th anniversary of 9/11 with trips to all 3 attack sites. Pete Buttigieg and husband Chasen become parents to baby boy and girl. Watchdog asks for ethics probe after Republicans threaten retaliation over January 6 records requests. Biden to travel to New York, New Jersey to survey Ida damage. Herschel Walker scrambles Senate race in Georgia, rivals rush to redefine him. Newsmax tricked into interviewing animal rights activist posing as Tyson Foods CEO. Navy declares 5 missing sailors dead after helicopter crash. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Line 3 in a week of climate catastrophe. My husband died on 9/11. I am still waiting for a trial of his killers. Secretive CBP counter-terrorism teams interrogated 180,000 U.S. citizens over 2-year period. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, September 5th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Teen boy, 15, shot in Englewood drive-by. White Sox Luis Robert continues to impress. What a weapon for us. Arrest made after CTA bus driver shot in loop. Kimbrel, bummer, Hendricks preserve White Sox victory. Boy, 13, seriously wounded in South Chicago shooting. Westinghouse beats Rady to win its first Jackson Classic. Double-digit lead is worst thing you can have, White Sox closer Liam Hendricks says. Windy City, Frank Schwindel's dive into first Seals Cubs walk-off win over Pirates. Interim manager Andy Green says Cubs remain David Ross' team while he's away. Loyola overwhelms Rochester, wins clash of state powerhouses. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Phones, tablets, more gadgets set to launch in September. Phones price hike, broadband speed may go up and more. Rohit Sharma breaks Rahul Dravid record. Paralympics, Suhasini claims silver in badminton. Happy Teachers Day 2021, images, quotes, wishes. Paralympics live, shuttler Krishna Nagar wins gold, India's medal tally swells to 19. Farmers reach Muzaffarnagar for mega rally. COVID, India 14th among populous nations in doses/100 people. After 6 years, Kwang beats BJP in Raj rural polls by 119 seats. Center, Assam Inc. packed with Karbi Anglong ultra groups. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, September 5th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. A flower on steroids, world record foxglove tops 11 feet tall, Darlington and Stockton Times. Coventry man sets world record for walking length of Hadrian's Wall while carrying hod of bricks, Coventry Live. Bournemouth cyclist who set world record with grueling charity cycle, Bournemouth Echo. 69 world and 124 Paralympic records total were broken in Tokyo, day 10 records, swim. Doris has grown from swim prospect at 13 to world record holder at 18, the Toronto Observer. Tatiana McFadden leads Team USA to world record in first ever Paralympic Universal Relay, self. Jordan Paralympians return with 5 medals, including historic 4 golds, world record, Jordan Times. His wheelchair was found damaged before the race, then he set a Paralympic record, NPR. Warzone community rips buybacks duo's world record set by third-person hacker, DBLTAP. The time when Metallica entered Guinness World Records 2015 book, Metal Castle. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Marvel's Midnight Suns game looks like an Avengers roommate simulator. A very important Walking Dead star is heading to World Beyond. A woman's IUD left inside for 20 years was covered by bacteria that caused serious infection. Revisiting the weird legacy of Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Abadan in Iran at 119.66 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The best Labor Day tech deals we can find this weekend. How a flight sim cockpit helps me get away from it all, figuratively. Mad God, what happens when the best practical VFX artist ever writes a film? Paxdemic West Impressions, creating fun out of thin, masked air. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mike Lindell vows to go after Salon reporter. The MyPillow CEO branded an enemy of our country. Why does Trump Jr. keep lying about Joe Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan? Anti-vax paramilitary group disbands after being infiltrated and exposed by UK newspaper. Louisiana shuts down nursing homes after 7 deaths in warehouse used as hurricane shelter. Teachers face task of deprogramming kids brainwashed with Trump and QAnon conspiracies during shutdowns. Former neo-Nazi, Tucker Carlson sounds like me. U.S. Transport Secretary Pete Buttigieg and husband show off new kids. Liberals bullying Kyrsten Sinema on democracy likened to sexual predators by Arizona columnist. Now CNN's Jim Acosta is labeling Tucker Carlson a human manure spreader and threat to democracy. Legendary NBC weatherman Willard Scott passes away at 87, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Lauren Boebert's path to re-election may be getting harder. Pete and Chasen Buttigieg just posted a photo of their new family. The full scale of Ida's shocking wrath is beginning to emerge. This real-life Mockingjay mimics shrieking infants, power drills, and fire alarms. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Space 2051, Axios. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Brain health, why you should train your mind like an athlete's body, KCRW. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, September 5th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, September 5th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.